In this video, you will learn 3 pillars that you can incorporate today to heal your divine feminine and live your best life. Let's get into it. Hello, beautiful, and welcome to K.T.V. My name is Katie Hunt, and I'm a spiritual life coach for the intuitive girls, gays, and theys. And today we are going to be talking about something that will absolutely save the world, and that is how you can heal the divine feminine energy within you to live your absolute best life. Make sure that you stick around to the very end so you can get your hands on an incredible tool that will help you heal your divine feminine that much faster. It is definitely worth the wait. I am stoked to have you here on this healing journey because healing your divine feminine is absolutely critical if you want to live the life of your dreams and if you want the world to end up in a better place. The divine feminine on this planet right now is extremely wounded, so beginning this healing journey within yourself is going to make waves out into the world so that the world can heal and come into a better and more peaceful place. Now, this process takes so much love and patience and compassion, but it is so worth it. So this video is exceptional if you want to get started on your healing journey, but if you really want to heal your divine feminine energy to live the life of your dreams, to come into the divine goddess that is you, I hope that you will get a professional in this area. There are a ton of us out here who help divine feminine energies come into healing and alignment. That could be a therapist or a coach like myself or a Reiki healer like myself that you decide to work with. So if this is already something that you're kind of feeling like you want to do, please, after this video, click the link in my description so that you can get yourself booked in for a free coaching call with myself so that we can get you going on your greatest life. Healing my wounded divine feminine absolutely transformed my life. Once I was able to understand that there was this incredible energy that I had been dismissing and trying to stuff down within myself, I was able to live a life where I felt like I was more in control of my emotions and overcoming things that were challenging. I don't get bogged down the same way. I was able to finally release some really tough trauma and triggers and fears. I was able to actually come into myself and not be so worried about what other people thought. Not only that, but I was able to become so much kinder to myself and experience joy in ways that I have never experienced. I no longer feel the pressure to be perfect and to compare myself to other people. And healing this divine feminine is what has brought me here in front of you today. Healing the divine feminine energy is the key to how we are going to move this world forward in a more positive direction. And it starts with you. So buckle in, let's get talking about it. Let me just say that we all have divine feminine and divine masculine energy within us. Some of us identify more to one side or another, or some of us kind of sit somewhere in the middle. Regardless of where you identify and how you are expressing yourself in the world, this video is intended to help you to heal the wounded divine feminine aspects within yourself so that you can empower those dormant parts of yourself. If you don't identify with feminine energy, you will still get something out of this video. Don't worry, doing these things is not going to push you to one side over the other. It is just meant to heal those aspects within us that have been wounded based on the way that we've set up our life. If you are also wondering what the hell I'm even talking about, what the hell is divine feminine, I have recorded a video previous to this called What is Divine Feminine? And I have linked that in the description box below so that you can get a better understanding of what we're even talking about. So keep on this video and make sure that you watch that one right after so that you have the full scope and picture of what we are talking about. Today you will learn 3 habits, nay, pillars of how to heal your divine feminine energy. Now, these pillars are pretty big, broad, heavy hitters, but what's great about it is by focusing on these 3 areas, what you'll begin to notice over time is that other little habits begin to trickle out of them and into all sorts of areas within your life. Look at us, healing the divine feminine with less overwhelm. We're being so effective. These practices are a great starting point, like I said, but if you are ready to really do some real healing in your life, I hope that you will please like, share, and subscribe so that you can continue to get healing for free. Unpopular opinion: toxic femininity exists, as does toxic masculinity. And I think we can all agree that we have acted toxic in one way or another in our life. We have done things that we're not proud of, but I'm telling you now, shed that guilt, let it go, stop worrying about it, and stop judging yourself, because this is the perfect way to segue into our first topic. The first pillar is non-judgment. Non-judgment, which I know seems like it's against our nature. Judgment is a survival mechanism. Sometimes it's even a way to socially connect with other people. It's also a way for us to sometimes self-soothe. If we're having a hard time, we want to make ourselves feel better by putting someone else down, but we also judge ourselves, and you want to cut that out. Think of yourself as a goddess. What would a divine being do in this situation? A divine being would probably be more understanding, more compassionate, and more loving. So we want to practice the art of non-judgment. Now, judgment and discernment are different things. Discernment helps us to identify where boundaries need to be put in place, but judgment is just lower vibrational energy. When you're judging somebody, you're sending out energetic daggers to that person and hurting them, hurting their energy. And you're also lowering your vibration as it comes. So how are you going to attract what you want and people that are wonderful people who don't judge if you are sitting in judgment and you're sending out that vibe? You get what you put out. And so non-judgment is a great way for you to collect situations and people and resources that are at that same vibe who also don't judge. So how do I do this? I'm glad you asked. The first step is that this is a practice. It is not something that you can easily execute overnight, but it is something that gets easier over time. So this is what you will do. You will begin to practice observing your thoughts. When you find that you begin to make a judgment about yourself, or you begin to make a judgment about somebody else, I want you to stop, to step back in your own mind and look at it. And for you to understand if it's discernment or judgment, I want you to ask yourself, is this person threatening my safety? Am I feeling unsafe in this situation? And then ask yourself why. Because you might be feeling unsafe because of a judgment you're having about somebody, or it might be a vibe that you're picking up, or it might be something based on an experience you've already had. Just getting clear with why. You don't need to judge yourself for the answer. And if it's discernment, make sure that you remove yourself and send the person some love and do whatever you got to do to set up some boundaries. If it's judgment, do the same thing. Affirm within your mind or out loud, I am consciously letting this go. You have a judgment about somebody, you're judging someone's life or choices. I am consciously deciding to let this go. You can then send the person love. You can imagine a Care Bear stare of like love coming out of your heart to the person. You can just intend that that person will receive love, or you can just simply imagine them receiving some love in some sort of way. But what we want to do is we want to counteract the feeling of judgment that you have already sent, because you can't stop it. It's already a moving train, but you can change it within your own head and send love out to them to counteract those daggers that you've sent. At the end of the day, if you've been particularly judgmental, you can always do a little bit of an energy cleanup, which I have linked in the description box below, by the way. But you can also just sit down and call your energy back to you and ask that it be transmuted into love on its way back. We don't want to leave these negative energies out in the world. We don't want to be sending people hate just because we're jealous of them and we're judging them. So be sure that you send people love when you have the desire to send them judgment. Okay, number 2, another hot topic, forgiveness. Again, forgiveness is a practice. We are asking ourselves, what would the Divine Mother do in this situation? She would forgive. She wouldn't hold a grudge. Forgiveness is a muscle. It is something that gets better over time and it gets easier. But I promise you, if you practice forgiveness, you will let go of so much heaviness and you will be able to live a lighter, more happy life. The only one who is hurting from you holding on to grudges is yourself. In fact, I am going to encourage you to do something right now. Trade in your grudges for boundaries. I will repeat. Trade in your grudges for boundaries. Because why you are holding on to grudges is a way for you to remain safe. It is a protection mechanism. It is something that you have built up because somebody has hurt you. By forgiving them, you are not saying that what they did is okay. Forgiveness means that you are no longer willing to carry the burden of holding on to this anger. Forgiveness is something that will get easier over time. And it's something that we may not always feel ready to do. So please be patient with yourself in this process. Let yourself feel your anger and your sadness. There is no room for spiritual or emotional bypassing. You don't have to be a super positive fake person. What I'm asking you to do, though, is for you to understand the weight that you are carrying around when you cannot forgive someone. Practice. I want you to think of someone that you need to forgive. I know it might be hard to come up with somebody who you need to forgive, but just bear with me here. Somebody that you really need to forgive. Write a letter to them, detailing how much they've hurt you and how you don't agree with what they did, and that you are never going to say that what they did was okay, but that you are no longer willing to carry the burden of this anger. Say that you bless them with love and that you let them go with love, and get out everything that you need to do with being gentle and kind to yourself. Then once you're done, you can rip up the letter and go and bury it outside or burn it or put it under some water or something like that. And if you need to get out this anger, I want you to yell on the rooftop or yell into your toilet, whatever you have to do to get this anger out of you. I want you to visualize yourself shedding all of the cords, hooks, energetic attachments, and claws that holding on to this grudge and this anger has created in your energy. You're going to visualize yourself this beautiful, shiny being. And even if you don't believe it yet, over time, the forgiveness will come. Over time, by you intentionally deciding to let go of this anger, you will be able to let it go faster than you will holding those grudges. So give it a try and let me know how it goes. All right, we have reached the third pillar that I want to talk about, and is definitely another hot button issue, something that is definitely easier said than done. Are you ready? Self-love. Self-love is the key to every problem. People ask me all the time, how can I begin to love myself? I work with clients on a self-love practice. It seems like something that's so hard to do. I mean, how could it not be? We come into this world and we're these beautiful light babies, these beautiful beings that just come in from the other side into this human experience, and we have all the self-confidence and love within us. And then slowly over time, the world chips away at us and we learn things about ourselves and the world, and we create these stories in order to survive. The self-love practice, again, it's an art, not a science, is all about letting go of those belief systems about yourself and coming back into an alignment of acceptance with yourself. If you want to change your life, you have to change your habits. And if you want to change your habits, you're going to need a why to motivate you. And what a better why than deciding that you are doing something because you love yourself. So, how do you love yourself? Get ready, because I'm about to blow your mind. Fake it. Act as somebody who loves themselves, and you eventually will stumble upon yourself loving yourself. In other words, if you begin to ask yourself, what would somebody do in this situation who loved themselves, and then you do that thing, eventually you will start to walk, and then your talk will eventually begin to catch up to you. Someone who loves themselves has higher standards for what she will and will not tolerate, and also what she will and will not want. It is natural for somebody who loves themselves to achieve great things because they know that they are worthy of it. And so when these opportunities come to them, they're able to jump on board because they know that they are deserving and lovely just as they are. When we come back into love, we're vibing in the place where we can attract things and we can attract abundance. When we love and accept ourselves, even despite our flaws and our imperfections, we're able to actually align to the divine goddess herself. The goddess loves herself. The goddess knows that she is not perfect, but the goddess loves herself anyways and continues to go after what she wants because she knows that she's worthy of it. If she's having a bad day, she'll take some time to do some healing. If she wants something, she's gonna go after it. If somebody has stepped over a line, she will put up her hand and set strict boundaries. Loving yourself is absolutely fundamental to living the life of your dreams. So it is critical that you begin this practice. And I know it's not easy, but it's a practice and it is a muscle that will get stronger over time. So how do we do that? Fake it. You are going to grab your journal and a pen. You are going to write down some things that are bothering you and some things that bother you about yourself and who you are. Maybe it's physical attributes and also emotional and mental limitations that you may put on yourself or belief systems, things that you've done. You're just gonna write, maybe keep it light, maybe 5 to 8, no more than 10. And then I want you to write down right beside it, what would somebody who loves themselves say about each one of these things? And you are going to write it down. And if there is an action step that needs to be taken from that list, you are going to take it before you walk away from this list. And if there are things on that list that you affirm to yourself or things that you would say when you look in the mirror, I want you to take action and write them on your mirror or set a reminder in your phone for you to say those loving things to yourself every single day. And every time somebody makes you feel 2 inches tall, or you have to make a tough decision, or you're beginning to put yourself last again, typical feminine energy thing, right? Put yourself, everybody first, I'm last. But the next time that somebody is making you feel like you have to do something that you don't want to do or put yourself last, you're not treating yourself well, come back to this list and this question. What would somebody who loves themselves do? And then do it, even if it's hard, because over time it will get easier because you need to stop betraying yourself for other people. You are the most important person in your life. The relationship that you have with yourself, with your baby self, with your goddess self is what is holding you back from getting everything you've ever wanted. It's nobody else. You can be your most incredible superhero or your worst enemy. And you have found yourself on this video right now because you have a little inkling that life could be something different, that you maybe could love yourself a little bit more, or maybe you're worthy of more. How could I possibly just let go of this crap just a little bit more? Because you know that you are worthy and deserving of it. So don't forget that. You are worthy, whole, and complete just as you are. You don't need to do anything. Have you noticed that all the things that we have talked about today have to do with your inner experience? Nothing is about doing. There are activities for you to do in order to make these pillars a little bit more easy to understand, but you don't have to do anything outside of yourself. You don't have to earn your place here. You don't have to earn your divinity. The divinity is already within you. These exercises are meant to unlock it and for you to connect in deeper with it and to let go of the human parts of you that are making you forget your divinity. Self-love, forgiveness, and non-judgment are all really tricky things to kind of figure out. But if you keep at them, they will get easier over time. And if you need some help, please do not be shy. Reach out to counselors, to Reiki healers, to coaches like myself who are here to help you do this. We've all gone through this at one point or another, and we know what is going to work to help you the most. and we can turn your 2 years into 3 months. So if this sounds like you, if you are ready to really dive deep and to really do some good work on uncovering the incredible magic within you and to go after the life that you want so that it just comes to you, I hope that you will click the link below and book in for a free discovery call with myself. I only have a few spots left for one-on-one coaching slots, and I'm not actually sure how long I'm going to be offering them. So please do not delay. If you're feeling a connection here, you're feeling held and seen for the very first time, I want you to click the link below because there's so much more that I can help you with that I just couldn't get into today. Wrapping all of this up, what did we learn today? I'm glad you asked. We learned to unleash your damn goddess. Go wild, create, dance barefoot, align to the moon, align to your feminine cycle. Even if you don't have a period, you still have a feminine cycle. Become who you want to be, create and be. And oh my God, please rest. This is the most important thing. Be who you want to be. You are worthy, whole, and complete just because you're here. You don't have to earn anything. You don't have to earn your spot here. You are worthy of this energy, of this beautiful magic within you, and you will be able to activate it much stronger if you do the pillars that we have just discussed. You don't need to subscribe to the bro life hacking advice if you want to live the life of your dreams. There are plenty of other ways that you can live a more fulfilling life. You don't have to struggle through and make yourself exhausted and push through exhaustion in order to get things done. You can cultivate the feminine energy within you through doing these 3 things. You will get so much more energy back so that you can actually accomplish the things that you want to accomplish and to attract the things that you want to attract without working as hard. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in, please give me a comment below. Put a bunch of fire emojis or dancing lady emojis, whatever it is, just comment below and let me know that you are ready, that you are fired up and ready to live the life of your dreams right now. And you want to figure out how you can do that within a feminine vibe, because I have so much more juiciness coming to you. So one last thing, like I promised at the beginning, I created this ultimate energy clearing meditation based on my needs for my own energy clearing. So this meditation is going to help you in every single pillar that we talked about today. It's going to help you to release the judgments, to release the heavy energy, to release the anger so that you can come more into alignment with who you are and to let go of the stuff that's holding you down and isn't really feeling good. So if you are ready to live the life of your dreams and you're looking for a little tool that will help you feel better like that, I want you to go and click the link I have put in the description box below as well. Well, we have made it to the end. I want you to question everything that you know about yourself. Begin to unwrap all of the things that the world has told you about femininity, about being a woman or a man, or being somebody who's non-binary. Whoever you are, begin to question everything, because that is what the divine feminine power and energy is all about, is letting go of norms, is letting go of the expectations of others, and being in alignment with who you truly are. So thank you so much for being here. I am so stoked for you on your journey, and I cannot wait to see the beautiful goddess that you become. Please, please, please be sure to like and share this video with a friend and subscribe so that we can continue to grow this feminine empire and take over the world. Have a fantastic day.